One of the ways that we can create additional sources of cash and liquidity in our business is through business credit cards. And so I want to tell you what I have done in my own business that has worked really well for me. I've worked with a company called Fund and Grow. And Fund and Grow is an organization that helps you get 200 up to $250,000 of business credit cards at 0% interest introductory offers that you can use in your real estate investing business. So they don't help you do it; they actually do it for you, which is a big part of the value proposition. So, what is business credit? So, first of all, just it's important to note business credit is unsecured loans. Our mortgage loans, our seller financing loans, our direct and indirect equity loans, those are secured loans. These are unsecured loans. This is just someone making you a loan or a line of credit with your guarantee to make repayment like other credit cards. And business credit cards are separate from your personal credit. Your business credit cards do not affect your personal credit score. I want to tell you that the Fund and Grow is an organization that I have worked with in the past, and I have set up a relationship with them where if somebody I refer to them does business with them, they may pay us, the thoughtful real estate entrepreneur, a commission at no extra cost to you. So it doesn't change anything for you, but I want to make that disclaimer very nice and transparent. But here's why I recommend Fund and Grow. I recommend them because I have used them and I've had great success with their service. Here's what happened when I worked with Fund and Grow. I applied and they started doing their work, and before long, I or my business entity specifically received $119,000 in 0% introductory interest rate business card credit. Then, if that wasn't good enough, I was pretty pleased with that, to be honest with you. And then, if that wasn't good enough, then separately, a couple months later, we had them do for the same fee that we had already paid them for um, their acquisition of my business credit. They went and they got personal credit for my wife for an additional $87,300 of, again, 0% interest personal credit. So total between those two things, Fund and Grow got me $206,300 worth of credit. So I was pretty pleased with that because that allowed me to do some really cool things. This is a very busy time in my business. I had lots of simultaneous projects and deals going on, and it allowed me to add to my working capital in a really significant way that allowed me to do lots of other things. So, for instance, I bought this property. This was actually two separate acquisitions, which is a whole nother story in and of itself, but it allowed me to buy this amazing property, and that is an absolute jewel in my portfolio. At the exact same time, I was renovating a triplex that I had just bought. And this triplex took, I think it was about $150,000 total of renovation costs. So it helped me fund that. And at the same time, also, we were doing a flip on a house in my own neighborhood that took also, I think it was about $150,000 on that flip as well. So I had a lot of projects going at the same time, and I felt very strapped for cash, and I absolutely would not have been able to pull those projects off without some additional liquidity that came through those Fund and Grow credit cards. So what does Fund and Grow do? They actually they do the work for you. They don't show you how to do it or teach you how to do it. They do it for you. So if you don't have an entity already, a business entity, they will create a lendable business entity for you. They will do the work to apply for all of these 0% interest unsecured business credit cards for that entity. As I understand it, a lot of times those applications are rejected at first, so they go back and they argue as needed and negotiate not only to get you those, but then they negotiate up the credit limits as much as possible to really maximize what you are able to get up to $250,000. And then, secondly, after that, they then show you how you can use the card. So, besides just putting the cards in your wallet and going down to Home Depot and swiping them, there are ways that you can get cash off of those cards so that you can have the funds from the credit card in a sort of same as cash way that you could use, say, for down payments or for earnest money, or even to buy properties with cash if those properties were within your credit limits. They also coach you on building your own personal credit if that's something you need and want. And then they will also, as I mentioned with my wife, they'll do the whole process again to a second person who's part of your party. So it could be your spouse, it could be a business partner, whoever it might be, but they'll do the whole thing again. So really, it's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal where they will apply for credit for you. So I'm sure you've got questions, and they can certainly answer the questions better than I can with all of the details. So if you're interested, there's an on-demand webinar. Just go to credit.thoughtfulre.com. I'll put a link also in this post, and you can watch the webinar. It'll answer lots of your questions, and it'll help put you into their process so that they can follow up with you and help you if you want. But business credit cards can be a powerful tool. So you might be also wondering, these are 0% interest introductory programs. How long do they last? What do you do after that? Each card is a little bit different. It could be 6 months, it could be 12 months, it could be 18 months. But at some point, you do need to pay it back. So you need to be planning within your business to either refinance properties in a way that will give you the cash back to pay down the balances, or just know that you will start paying interest on some of those credit cards after those initial promotional periods are there. But the bottom line is having a lot of extra access to cash via business credit cards can be a very powerful tool if you've got something productive that you can put the cash into, like all of the amazing deals that you are putting together with the Deals program and all of your real estate entrepreneurship activities.